In this screencast, we are going to focus on calculating tip. So as you can see, the calculating tip formulas, there are two of them, two equations, and they're very similar to calculating tax, where the first equation is taking the cost times the percent tip, which would give you your dollar amount of your tip, and then you would just add that dollar amount to your original cost, and that would get you your total cost. So just a few reminders. Once again, percent means out of 100. So we want to make sure that we're remembering that when we're talking about a percent, it is not the same thing as a decimal. We have to change our percents to decimals, and in order to do that, we are going to move the decimal point 2 spaces to the left. So for example, if I have the percent 12%, my decimal point is right here after the 12, and I'm going to move it 1, 2 spaces to the left, and my decimal would then become 0.12. Let's take a look at our first example. Our first example says the Smiths go to dinner and spend $32.56. They want to leave a 15% tip. How much money did they leave for the tip? Once again, we want to make sure that we are reading the question that they are asking. This question is specifically focusing on the tip, so we are only going to actually use our first equation. So our first equation is taking our tip, or the percent tip, times the cost, and that would give us our dollar amount for our tip. So if you go ahead and replace this, you know your percent tip is 15%. You that your cost is $32.56, and that would get us our money amount for our tip. So once again, we're going to change our 15% into a decimal by moving our decimal point 2 spaces to the left. That will become 0.15 times $32.56. I'm then going to multiply that out. 32.56 times 15. When I multiply this out, you'll see that I get an answer of 48840. I counted in my decimal points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get a final answer of $4.88. That's the answer to my question because it's asking how much did they leave for the tip. So they left $4.88 for their tip. So if we take a look at our next example, it says Linda went to dinner with a friend. She spent $12.58. She wants to leave a 20% tip. What will be her total bill including tip? So notice that this is a different question. We're looking for total bill now. So the first thing we have to do is figure out what the tip is going to be and then find the total bill. So once again, we're going to change our percent into a decimal. So move the decimal point over 2 spaces to the left. 20% becomes 0.20. We would do $12.58 times 0.20. When we go to multiply, 0 across the board. We add our 0 to our second row. 2 times 8 is 16. Carry the 1. 2 times 5 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. Add them together. Once we add them together, we get 25160. We count how many decimal points go in. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our tip would be $2.52. Remember, the 6 rounds the 1 up to a 2. Then to find our total bill, we have to take our original cost of $12.58 and add the $2.52. Notice I'm lining up my decimal points. I'm lining up my place values. When I go to add, I would get $15.10, and that would be how much Linda left as her total bill or paid as her total bill for her meal. One last example says Tony buys dinner for his friends. He spends $25 on pizza and drinks. He wants to tip the delivery guy 15%. First question says, what is the tip? Second question says, what is his total bill? So we're going to do our $25 times 15%. 15% becomes 0.15. Write that a little bit better. 0.15. So we would do $25 times 0.15. Remember, we don't have to line up the decimal point. We just line up the numbers. So first number, second number. 5 times 5 is 25. Carry the 2. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. Drop the 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 2 is 2. We add. We get 375. We're going to count to see how many spaces we move our decimal point in, which is 2. 1, 2. So right now, our tip of 15% would be $3.75. So that would answer our first question. Now we have to look at our second question. Our second question says, what is his total bill? So now we're going to take that $25 and add $3.75 to get our total bill of $28.75. So Tony's total bill for pizza and drinks and tip would be $28.75. So just as a reminder for calculating tip, you're using two different equations. The first one is to find the actual dollar amount of the tip, and the second one is to find the total cost.